If they don't have a need that your solution can solve, then be done. Stop wasting their time. Move on. Get out of their hair. Let's talk about what is sales. It's possible to boil down all of sales to two elements. The first element is that sales is a process. Think of it as a map. That is, the sales representative needs to have a map of the buyer journey, needs to have the ability to know where and how to take the buyer to the place that they need to get to. Some people talk about having a buyer-oriented process. Others talk about a seller-oriented process. Both have their advantages, but when the buyer really doesn't know where they want to go or where they need to go, normally, depending on a buyer-oriented process or map, isn't very helpful. Why? Well, they don't know what they need. In that instance, it's critical that the sales representative have a process in mind so that they can take the buyer on the most expeditious, efficient journey to the end state. There are many different kinds of processes used in business, but all of them boil down to what we call ANPOC. ANPOC is an acronym. A stands for approach. Almost all processes require that the sales representative approach the prospective buyer. N in ANPOC stands for needs identification. That is commonly referred to as spin, as in spin selling. It's a process of identifying through effective questioning the problem state of a potential buyer. It's qualifying them in terms of their needs. If they don't have a need that your solution can solve, then be done. Stop wasting their time. Move on. Get out of their hair. The P in ANPOC now stands for presentation. You have, because of your intelligent questions, earned now the right to talk. Up till now, you only had the right to ask intelligent questions in the needs identification stage. Now, and only now, are you able to prescribe. So think of the prior stage, the end stage, as diagnostic, and the P stage as prescriptive. The O in ANPOC stands for overcoming objections. Now, truthfully, those objections could come anywhere in the process. You need to be ready for that. But in general, we see them cropping up shortly after the presentation stage. The C, the final stage in ANPOC, is the commitment, sometimes called the close stage. And that's where you ask for an appropriate commitment. It's not always for the deal. It's not always for the contract. It might be simply to go to lunch. It's what an appropriate commitment, that next appropriate commitment might be. So I have a question for you. If you're in sales right now, think about the process that your company uses. It's probably codified in your CRM system. Take a look, find it. Does it look something like ANPOC? Maybe using different names, maybe a different acronym? Regardless, go ahead and put down what your process is down in the comments.